Emotional hook, inciting incident. The papers were already signed when she dropped to her knees, clutching my sleeve like a drowning woman. Her belly had begun to swell, proof of the 19 days she swore were only about closure. Her voice cracked, begging me to understand. Our daughter stood behind her, eyes burning with the same misplaced loyalty. I didn't shout, I didn't curse, I only looked at them, two people I once would have died for, and closed the door between us. That was the day I chose silence over forgiveness, and revenge over grief. Backstory setup, establish the relationship. I met Anna in the quiet corner of a college library. She was sunlight then, hair falling over her face as she scribbled notes, smiling at me like I was the answer to a question she'd been holding too long. We built everything together, a home, a daughter, a life of routines that felt unshakable. She was my anchor, and I was hers, or so I thought. Discovery of betrayal. The first fracture was small. She started guarding her phone, turning it face down on the table. She called him just an old friend. Her laughter grew softer when she spoke to me, louder when she texted him. Then came the night she sat me down, hands trembling, and confessed, "He's going through something dark. He needs me." Just 19 days to help him heal. 19 days! Like it was a contract, like I should nod and wait while my wife went back to the man she once swore she'd buried. Our daughter, sweet, naive, loyal to her mother, said I was being cruel, that love sometimes meant sacrifice. I remember staring at them, both of them, as if I'd walked into a play and been handed the wrong script. Shift in mindset, strategic planning begins. I didn't scream, I didn't forbid her, I simply let her go. And while she was gone, I began. I moved money quietly, rerouted accounts, documented every message, every date, every reckless confession she left behind. I visited lawyers in silence, sat in their offices like a man planning a funeral. I knew she'd return, swollen with lies, or worse, with him still clinging to her in ways I could never bleach from her skin. When our daughter texted me updates, defending her, my chest tightened, but I saved every word. They thought I was waiting. In truth, I was building. Execution of the plan. Day 19 came. She walked through the door smelling like someone else's house, someone else's bed. Her eyes searched me, expecting rage. I gave her stillness. A month later, the test turned positive. She whispered the news through tears, swearing she didn't know whose it was. I didn't argue. I didn't ask. Instead, I filed. Grounds, adultery. Evidence, undeniable. Custody, mine or none. The lawyers moved like blades through paper. The bank accounts she thought we shared were already mine alone. When she tried to lean on our daughter, I presented the messages, the proof of manipulation, of her taking sides against her own bloodline. Our daughter's face cracked when she realized she'd been a pawn. Still, she clung to her mother, so I let them. Climax and confrontation. The final hearing was quiet. The judge read the documents. My wife's attorney stammered, cornered by the evidence. Anna's hands shook as she realized everything she'd gambled had already been taken from her: house, finances, reputation. I never once raised my voice. When it ended, she followed me into the hallway, eyes wide, whispering, "You can't do this to us, we're family." I turned to her, slow, deliberate. "No, you broke that, and you'll live in the pieces." Our daughter stood behind her, silent now, watching me like she didn't recognize the man she called father. But recognition wasn't necessary. Respect was. They called for weeks, messages stacked on my phone, pleading, bargaining, apologies threaded with excuses. I read none of them. I'd already buried that life. In the quiet of my new apartment, I sat with the silence. It didn't hurt the way I thought it would. It felt clean. I had given them every chance, every ounce of trust. They traded it for 19 days of nostalgia and came back with nothing but ruin. So I left them there. Sometimes vengeance doesn't need fire or fury. Sometimes it's as simple as stepping back, letting them choke on the smoke of their own choices. And as for me, I don't grieve. I rebuild. Without them.